today I'm going to discuss marriage, a redundant institution in today's society. So marriage by today's standards is not only redundant but irrelevant in today's world. So why is it the act of obtaining a contract or legal document necessary? Well, it's not. According to Time magazine, who collaborates with the Pew Research Center to conduct a nationwide poll about marriage and the modern American family, says this: what we find is the marriage, whatever the social, spiritual, or symbolic appeal is purely practical terms, just not as necessary as it used to be, says Time. Neither men nor women need to be married to have sex, companionship, professional success, respect, or even children. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been married, as I'm sure many of you have or has been married also. But Andrew J. Shearling, a sociologist from Johns Hopkins University, notes that Americans have a rate of marriage and remarriage among the highest in the Western world. It is a general consensus among the young people today, 30 years of age and under, that marriage is a dying institution that is based off old traditions that doesn't suit their life any longer. With rising amounts of premarital cohabitation, single-parent families, and children born outside of wedlock, as well as the decline in any adhering to any form of religion, it seems that the institution is losing much its appeal. 43% of Americans in their 20s believe that cohabitating couples should receive the same benefits as married couples. That comes from a Gallup poll in 2001. 45% of Americans in their 20s believe that government should be involved in licensing, that government should not be involved in licensing marriage. That is from a Gallup poll also conducted in 2007. The majority of young adults in their 20s will cohabitate romantically with a partner at least once. Marriage offers a stable relationship that is recognized by the state and by whatever religion the couple choose to follow, as well as providing a good environment in which to raise children. However, the 2007 U.S. Census Bureau recorded 950,000 divorces each year. Now that is a lot of unstable environment. The U.S. Census Bureau also reports 39.7% of all births to unmarried women and about 2/5 of children are expected to live in a cohabitating household at some point, from the National Center of Health Statistics. The institution of marriage has unreasonable commitments to expect of people. The average marriage expects people to commit to maintain a certain way of life for a period that is longer than they have actually been alive. Average age for men to marry is 25.9 and for women 26.9%. That's the life expectancy for men is 83 years of age and women 85 years of age. That comes from the 2011 U.S. Census Bureau. The average length of first marriages is 8 years. This goes hand in hand with the rise of social acceptability of people having more than one life partner in their life to show that either marriage is an unnecessary and unreasonable expectation of someone or a meaningless act that is actually expected to be maintained. According to a recent Harris poll, 90% of people believed society should value all types of families. The proportion of recent marriages that involve people who are remarrying in 2004 was 36% respectively. 50% of men and 45% of women remarry within 5 years after divorce. That's from the United States Census Bureau. Transition: the fact that the marital contract is drafted by the state and not by the couple who gets married and it may at any time be changed by the state without the consent or even knowledge of the married couple, and that the terms of the content represent the interest of the governments, many of which may be theocratic, male-dominated, and etc., and not of the couple. Frequency and accessibility of divorce undermines the entire purpose of marriage. With divorce being ever so easy to obtain, divorce rate in America at 3.6 per 1,000 population, and prenuptial contracts, a common practice now, essentially amount to financial pre-planning for divorce. Marriage should be for all, by marriage is a religious institution in a society of declining religion. Survey finds that the number of people who say they are unaffiliated with any particular faith today is 16.1%, more than double the number who say they were not affiliated with any particular religion as a child. Among Americans ages 18 to 29, 1 in 4 say they are not affiliated with any particular religion. People who are unaffiliated with any religion, 16.1%, also exhibit remarkable internal diversity. Although 1/4 of these groups describe themselves as atheist or agnostic, 1.6% and 2.4% of overall adult population. Last, the institution undermines some same-sex couples and single-parent families as legitimate ways of raising children. Well, approximately 594,000, that's 12.8% of unmarried households report same-sex, and out of 594,000 same-sex households, 115,000 report having children. These reports are provided by the United States Census Bureau. It is believed that attributing economic and social changes in recent decades has led to the deterioration of family values, religion, and the institution of marriage, leaving it antiquated and unnecessary in today's society. There is no denying the statistics presented. I still believe in the institution of marriage, but not as it applies in today's society. To say the least, marriage and all that it stands for has been turned into a mockery. I have given you alarming and eye-opening statistics on marriage, remarriage, divorce, and cohabitation. Recent research indicates that more than 50% of the marriages in the U.S. end in divorce within the first 15 months. The divorce rate has doubled since 1980 for couples over 65 years old. The divorce rate for first marriage is 41%, second marriage 60%, third marriage 73%. Now, I have no doubt that you or someone you know has experienced divorce. I myself have added to the statistics twice. It's never an easy situation. It's cheap enough to get into, but the cost of a divorce financially and emotionally can affect someone for their entire life. The emotional trauma that some children experience comes at the price of their emotional well-being. This is where the greatest tragedy lies. In conclusion, the existence of marriage is essentially saying that same-sex couples and single parents are less able to raise children than heterosexual couples' marriages. Therefore, can seem to promote an outdated idea that our society no longer holds, and as such, it is itself outdated and unnecessary institution. Since the purpose of marriage has always been to foster a stable and permanent environment, till death do we part, it is clearly an entirely antiquated institution, as it no longer leads to a permanent or stable relationship. It is outstandingly clear that our society no longer respects marriage as a permanent institution. Thank you.